In last video, I have explained you about the electric current and current density. Today, I will explain you the drift velocity and the Ohm's law, proof of Ohm's law. So, consider this is a wire of cross section A and length L, which is connected to a battery of potential difference V. So potential difference across the end of this conductor is V. Now after connecting the battery, an electric field is produced within the metallic conductor in this wire directed in this direction. As we know, the electrons will move in this direction, so the current will move in this direction. So today we will prove the expression for drift velocity and proof of Ohm's law. So initially there are many electrons in metallic conductor. Initially they are moving with random velocities, so you can say there is no net flow of free electron inside the metallic wire. So initially let the speed of each electron is like this: u1, u2, u3 up to un. So initially there is no net flow of electron in this metallic conductor. It means average thermal velocity, this is average thermal velocity of electron is 0. Now by applying battery, an electric field is set up within this metallic wire. So each free electron experience this force, F is equal to QE, or in place of Q you can write simply E. Due to this force, an acceleration is produced. We can find the value of this acceleration, E over M. Inside the metallic conductor, the free electron move in all possible direction and collide with each other. Let the time of relaxation means the time interval between two successive collisions is tau. So for one free electron from V is equal to U plus AT, this is velocity of one electron after a collision, U1 plus A into, this is tau 1. This is time of relaxation for this electron. Time of relaxation means the average time between two successive collisions. Just like this, for second, V2 is equal to U2 plus A into tau 2, and we have n free electrons, so Vn is equal to Un plus A tau n. After combining these equations, we will get V1, V2, Vn is equal to U1, U2 up to Un plus A into tau 1, tau 2, tau n. Okay. We have applied first equation of motion for each electron. We have total n electrons, so we can write like this. On adding these equations, we will get this by dividing n. This term is called drift velocity. Average velocity gained by free electron after connecting the battery. And we know this is the terms representing average thermal velocity, which is 0. And A, this is tau. Tau is equal to, according to expression, tau is equal to this. Tau is mean relaxation time. Tau 1, tau 2, tau 3 are the relaxation time for each electron, and tau is mean relaxation time. So Vd is equal to A tau. Vd is equal to A tau. This is the formula for drift velocity. We can write the value of A, E over M. So Vd is equal to E tau over M. This is expression for drift velocity. expression for drift velocity is Vd is equal to E tau over m. Now, we will do proof of Ohm's law. So as we know, I is equal to NEAVD. This is the formula for electric current in terms of drift velocity. N is electron density. Electron density, what is it? Number of free electron in per unit volume. E charge of electron. A is cross section area of wire. And Vd is, this is drift velocity. Now put the value of Vd here. E tau over m. Or Ne square A tau over m, and E square A tau over m, and E is V over L. Electric field is equal to potential difference upon length. So V upon I ml over n E square A tau. As you see, m is mass of free electron, L is length of conductor, N is electron density, E is charge, A is cross section area, and tau is mean relaxation time. For a given conductor, L and A will be constant. So for a given conductor, this whole term is considered as constant, and this constant is called R, resistance of metallic conductor. So resistance, this is parametric formula for resistance, Ne square A tau. So this is parametric formula for resistance. From this formula we can see R is directly proportional to L and inversely proportional to A. So R proportional to L over A, or we can write R is equal to rho L over A. Rho is another constant, proportionality constant, which is specific resistance, or it is called resistivity. Resistance is the property of a wire, of a given wire. It depends upon the shape or size of wire, but this resistivity does not depend upon the shape and size of wire. It is the property of material. Okay, R is the property of conductor. It depends upon the shape and size, but resistivity is the property of material. So this is R is equal to rho L over A, and parametric formula for rho is equal to M over Ne square tau. This is parametric formula for rho. So now we have seen for a given conductor, V upon I is equal to constant, or we can write V directly proportional to I, or V is equal to IR. This is proportionality constant called resistance. If we plot a graph between I and V, we will get a straight line passing through origin. The slope of this graph represents resistance. Higher the slope, higher the resistance. The slope of this graph, VI graph, represents the resistance. And one thing more, if a conductor obeys Ohm's law, it means if we plot graph between V and I, then we will get a straight line strictly passing through origin. This is the way of Ohm's law. If any metallic conductor is obeying Ohm's law, it doesn't mean that we can apply it or not in a numerical calculation. We can apply Ohm's law in all situations related to electricity, potential difference, voltage. But strictly obey of Ohm's law means that if you plot a graph between V and I, then it must be a straight line passing through origin.